Right. I'm off to deal with the fate of the planet. Be gentle with them.
Oh, you know me, Mark. Kid gloves, but made from real kids.
I must say X-Men 97 turned out better than I expected. The voice acting is crisp, though I truly miss Kirby Morrow as Cyclops. But for obvious reasons he isn't available anymore to do the voice. Unlike many reviewers, I grew up with X-Men Evolution, so my perspective on the X-Men animated show is obviously different, and also their respective voice actors is quite different. Nevertheless, I can confidently say that the entire voice acting cast in the series is strong and never unconvincing. The animation is also quite good, which is to be expected from an animated show of this caliber. I seldom noticed any animation errors. The most notable one occurs in the final episode, in how Jubilee punches Bastion with like a big move, breaking her iconic glasses in the process, and in the next frame they're fine again, and then in the following scene they're broken again. Small issue. But now let's talk about the story. Well, the show combines multiple storylines from the comics into one cohesive narrative. Most notably, it includes parts from Inferno, Zero Tolerance, and E is for Extinction, as well as smaller stories like Life, Death, and Xavier's ordeal with the Shi'ar. There are a couple of episodes dedicated to that. These elements are then woven together to create a new, engaging plot, I think, that continues, obviously, the X-Men animated show from the 90s. Now, I appreciate how the show streamlines the origins of both Nathan Summers and Madeline Pryor. In the comics, these are both very confusing characters when you look at the origin. Here they cut the rougher edges from the comics and skipping most of the Inferno storyline, which involves Madeline Pryor. Now, personally, I'm not very familiar with Inferno. I had only one Spider-Man tie-in book, and in that Hobgoblin turns into an actual demon because of the whole Inferno thing. But it is quite important to Nathan Summers, Madeline Pryor, and also Magic alias Ilyana Rasputin, who is not properly shown in the show. And they also streamline Bastion's character as well as his origin, which I also appreciate. I think these are all acceptable changes for an adaptation, in my opinion. Personally, I think the first half of this series has great episodes. I was fairly entertained by those first 5, with the standout being Remembered, and then the latter half has its great moments, but I personally didn't find them as strong in the writing department or in the action department. On a quick tangent here, the show has a slight problem with power scaling. For example, Trish Tilby, one of the supporting characters in the show, gets turned into a Prime Sentinel and fights Wolverine, and Wolverine clearly struggles in his fight against the Prime Sentinels because they can self-repair, and it gets thrown into the air where more Prime Sentinels are waiting, and then he just destroys them with ease while coming down. But then in the next scene, when he's paired with Nightcrawler against the Prime Sentinels, they're back being nearly indestructible. So there's one of those things that I meant with this inconsistent power scaling is like the writers couldn't decide if the Prime Sentinels should be terrifying or just simple mugs to be taken out. And I think that also happened kind of in the final when the entire X-Men go against Bastion. I personally didn't feel the stakes without going too big into spoiler territory, because this is a spoiler-free review, if you haven't noticed. And let's come to the biggest thing, in my opinion, that I appreciate about the show, which is why I'm giving it the highest praise, is that it actually respects Xavier's dream. A concept I dedicated an entire video to in preparation for the series. And like, even if you are not a fan of Xavier's dream, and still you have to incorporate it into something because of mandates or whatever, you are allowed to challenge it, and X-Men 97 does challenge Xavier's dream without discarding it, and I felt that was awesome and great. Overall, X-Men 97 successfully captures the essence of the 90s animated show. It features good action sequences, for the most part, fun characters, solid writing, strong dialogue. In particular, in the final, we have lots of great scenes between Magneto and Charles Xavier, and the dialogue is just greatly written, and an array of experienced voice actors just is the cherry on top. So I give it actually like a 9 out of 10, and it's definitely better in comparison to the DC movies I reviewed recently, and it's also better than some of the Marvel live action television stuff that they have put out.
Don't forget to subscribe!
Okay, fuckity bye.